All right, let's get this this party started. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Antoinette, Rika, Jamel, Rose, David, Angelica. If you are tuning in and you can get on video, we'd love to have you on video for what we're about to share and talk about. And what are we going to share and talk about? Today's session is about um, digital marketing. Digital marketing, the value of digital marketing, and why, whether you're a beginner and just learning digital marketing, or maybe you're advanced, there's something here for you, I think, today in terms of how we approach digital marketing. And certainly any business that you're working with is likely doing some kind of digital marketing, whether they're creating a website and a landing page, whether they're doing social media marketing on LinkedIn or Facebook or all the other platforms. One, people are wanting it for their business. And two, they're probably not doing it as well as they could be doing it. And so that's what we wanted to share with folks today is how do we think about digital marketing? How can we speak about it? Because sometimes what I've found with our clients is it's important to be able to communicate well with them such that not only do you have the expertise, you may be somebody who's really well versed in digital marketing, but how do you communicate it effectively to your clients such that they know what your capabilities are and how you can help and support them, whether that's in a simple interview or whether that's beyond when you're actually working with a client. We have an interesting case study that came up recently where one of our clients loved the candidate during the interview and hired them. And then as they got going, the communication wasn't great. So we actually had to step in and support to make sure that their skill sets, which they had, the client knew and understood how to know exactly what they could do and how to put it in to their system in an effective way. So we got a bunch of things there. Welcome, Harold. Hello, Jamel. Good to have you here. Nice background. That's a great background. Good to see that. And with that, Angelica, I think you prepared a slide show for us, a presentation. I'd love if you want to pull that up and we can jump in and start to go through some of what we'll call the digital marketing training for today. I'm excited. I actually don't necessarily know what's coming, but we've got welcome to how to be a digital marketer. And I'm going to rely on Angelica. And anyone who has questions or insights or things that you want to share along the way, you are more than welcome to raise your hand. And I may go around a little bit too, because I like to call on people and have participation. So this is not just going to be me speaking the whole time. It's really intended to be a dialogue, a conversation. Maybe you walk away from this conversation with a couple of new ideas, a couple of tips, a couple of tricks that you can either bring to your skill set or bring to the clients you're serving at this point in time now. So why exactly is digital marketing? What is it? What is it? Digital marketing, using the internet to reach people with a message, product, or service. So how are we getting in front of, ideally, our ideal clients and ideal people such that they are excited about what we're doing, they know about what we're doing, and we can, in one way or another, transition them into paying clients. And so that's what we're looking to do in our business, Access Virtual Staffing, but that's likely what you're going to be looking to do with the clients that you may be working with and serving. So key types: social media, content marketing, email marketing, SEO, paid ads. I may bring in my good friend David here to share some insight in a little bit too, just preempting that because he is a master in many ways, certainly with LinkedIn, but beyond that, he's built some great businesses along the way and has a keen mind and intellect for all things digital and marketing and how to attract clients and how to also get them over the edge to do business and work with us. And David's also trained a lot of folks in the Philippines. So I'm excited to bring him into the conversation in a little bit, if he's willing, we'll see. With that, let's go forward to the next slide here, Angelica. All right, so where can you start? Let's say you're a beginner in digital marketing. We have 5 beginner-friendly digital paths. One might be social media manager. I can't tell you the number of clients that we talk to on a regular basis who are doing their own social media. They're probably not doing it as effectively as they could be, myself included. And it's a pain point for them because they're spending a lot of time doing it and they're not seeing results that they would ideally hope for. So if you can become well versed and understand effective approaches to social media management, that could be simply creating the posts, automating the posts, and then engaging with their audiences on the post. That might be the simple level, but then there's ways in which you can learn to engage through conversations, direct messages, and beyond that. As your expertise rises, clients are ultimately looking for impact. Like, it's great if you can post stuff, which is important, and have it well branded and well positioned, but does it actually create the result that we're looking for? That's a different story. And that's ultimately what most clients are looking for. Because if you work on their social media for a while, but it's not actually producing the results they're looking for, then at some point, they may be looking for more or elsewhere. 2, content creation, copywriter. We talked a little bit about that. 3, email marketing, messaging, and assistance. So how do we build in to the social media in a way that we can actually create email campaigns? And Angelica has done that within this training setup. Somehow you found out about this training, you signed up for it, you got email reminders. So there's ways in which you can help businesses develop their email marketing campaigns, create the CRM systems that can then follow up with their potential clients and existing clients. VA with digital skills, paid ads trainee. So we also, like a lot of businesses, once they get their social media going, they say, how can we hypercharge this? Well, you'd want to learn how to use and implement paid advertisements, whether that's on Facebook or on LinkedIn or Instagram. All the different platforms have ways in which you can leverage some of the paid services, the paid advertisements, which optimizes the number of eyeballs and targeted in certain locations or certain professions, such that more people that they're looking to do business with are seeing their content and their posts. Angelica, you're someone who's been doing this for Access Virtual Staffing for a while now, and before Access Virtual Staffing, you're someone who has been doing this for a number of clients. What would you say to somebody who might be a beginner at this type of focus in terms of digital marketing, digital pathways? What kinds of things would you share with somebody who's new to this in terms of getting going and really learning the skills that are valuable for them to learn?
Yeah, for sure. So, before I started this career as a virtual assistant, first I learn or focus on getting to know what is really my niche so that I can focus on that, growing the skills that I have. So I'm really into content creation, creating graphics, editing videos, and that's where I landed as a social media manager. So digital marketer and social media manager is like the same. We focus on promoting the business of our clients in terms of social media. So in digital marketer, what we do is first create the content, captions wherein we're going to post in social media like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And first thing also, I ask my client when I do that, what is their target market and the target audience? That is really important to ask because that's where we're going to focus on. Like if we get to know what is our ideal avatar or ideal target, then we're going to plan what would be the best strategy or contents to post on that specific day or specific week. Once we have that plan, then we are going to create a content, and this one, the second one, and then create another content for the email marketing that we're going to send a blast. If your client already has a contacts, then if we already have the email and the content, then we post it. We schedule the post on all social media platforms. And if you have a budget to create an ads in either in Facebook or Instagram, that's we're going to land it in number 5. So I think that's it. My take.
Let's pause before you go further. I think there was a good point that you made, and this is something I highly encourage,
Mm-hmm.
as you're working with clients, and Angelica said it from the beginning, get clear on their ideal audience, their target, like who are they looking to attract, and then how do they want to message those people, because you want to get clear from the beginning what's their brand, what's their approach, what are they looking to accomplish? Because if that's not clear, you may be doing things that are not aligned. And so that's the first thing, is you being able to ask them those kinds of questions. Who are you looking to target? What kind of brand do you have? How do you want these messages and these media postings to look, so that there's alignment from the beginning? Because that's where some of the friction will sometimes happen when I see with clients is they may not know, they may not be good at digital marketing or have a lot of intelligence around how to do it. They may be new to it. So they have an idea of what they think works, but you may actually need to consult with them and get them clear on what the best approach is for them and what's most effective. So Angelica, thank you for sharing that. If you want to move to the next one, unless you have anything else. Oh, this is a good one. So you want to go through this, the free tools that are this is something I saw a post recently, just from an influencer, and he said there's really no limitation from a financial perspective, because there's a lot of great tools out there that at the onset for the basic functionalities are free of charge. And so these are free tools that you can practice with. So if you don't have the skills right now, I would recommend using a lot of these tools, because they either give you free trials or a free account to use some of the basic functionality. So even though you may not have experience with a lot of this, you can get experience with a lot of this pretty quickly just by playing around with some of the free tools that are out there. Angelica, do you want to go through a few of these?
Yes. So we have 5. First one, for creating graphics, we have Canva. You can start downloading that. There's a lot of templates that you can use. And second, we have Mailchimp. Aside from Mailchimp, we can also use Go High Level or System.io. But Mailchimp is more friendly user, and they offer free trial, so you can try sending blast email. And the next one is Google Docs. If you already create some contents and you have the captions and graphics, then you can save that in Google Documents. And then fourth is Meta Business Suite. This one, this is what I use for tracking the analytics for social media posts like Facebook and Instagram only. And then aside from checking the analytics, you can also check the messaging for both platforms and for all the comments. So this is one of the um, top tools that digital marketers should use and should familiar. And the number 5 is, as a digital marketer or social media manager, we really need to know what is the Google Trends or the trends today, so that if we create some captions or contents, then we can connect that to the trends on the specific area. Like, for example, what is the trend in US right now? Then if we create some content, then we connect that, not that directly connecting the same contents that we have and then the trends, but just at least put the hashtags on it so that if they search that, our post will be on the top. So that is the 5 tools that I put here that you can try to start to be a digital marketer.
And there are so many, leave that up there for a moment, Angelica. There's so many different tools that are available that you can try out and use. And one of the virtual assistants said recently, if there's something I don't know, I can learn it. You literally pull up YouTube and there's tutorials on all of these things that you can scratch the surface with and then go deeper, because there's all kinds of experts that are posting content and telling you how to get better and better at using all of these different tools. So there's really not a limitation in terms of education that's out there. I know we're just giving a overview here and scratching the surface on digital marketing, but if it's something that you're really passionate about, there's so many different resources out there to educate yourself, to practice with, so that even though you may not have the skills in the resume now, if you put in the time and the energy to play with them, work with them, do them on your own accounts, on your own social media, you can build your own branding for yourself. And then you've got something, because a lot of the other side of this, just to be aware of, a lot of our clients, if they're choosing between some of the candidates, they say, well, can you send me some work examples? Can you send me some examples of the work that they've done, a portfolio? And so as you're thinking about this and positioning yourself, you want to make sure that you're also, if you're new, certainly creating content. And even if you've been experienced, that you're creating a portfolio or a database of your best stuff, that when it's asked for, you can easily have it available and share it with people, because that's something we see from a lot of our clients and prospective clients. Hey, can you send me some examples? And we're actually, another thing we're encouraging a lot of the times, because sometimes you don't know how people work, is let's do a test project. So thinking about that is important too. Let me go to Harold. Harold, I see you here. Harold is our video editor, and Angelica spoke about Google Trends, and one of the things Harold has encouraged for me and my content is to think about what are some of the current events. And that actually, if you're thinking about algorithms and what people might be looking at, you can use current topics that people are interested in and connect them with the kind of client or the kind of message that your client may have. Harold, do you want to talk a little bit about how you think about some of the trends and what you've encouraged me? And I think we had one video, because it had a certain title. I don't know if I forget if it was Elon Musk or Jamie Dimon or something like that. It got a ton more views, and we think some of it was just because of the headline. Harold, over to you.
Yes, thank you, David. So I just want to add here, another tools that you can use as a digital marketer is ChatGPT, a free tools. Yeah, so that's the one that I am using also to search for the current trend in what are the trending topics right now. So yeah, so I'm using ChatGPT, a free version. So to search for any trending topics that we can incorporate to our video. And also sometimes I use Google Trend to rank them up on what will be if ChatGPT provide a lot of topics. I use Google Trend to rank them up on what will be the most priority, not priority, the most trending for coming from those topics.
And one of my, as you're saying that, Harold, thank you. One of the people, no matter what I'm doing, I have someone who, like, I don't know if you know of Alex Hormozy. I'll put his name in the chat, but he has a ton of business content that's out there. And he's one of the, call it experts or gurus, that I've read a lot of his materials on marketing and how he positions things and how he communicates. So if I'm using AI, which Harold is saying, there's no reason at this point that there's a lot of free AI out there that you can play with and learn. You definitely need, all clients of ours are aware of AI. It's clearly taking over in a number of different ways. So it's important for you, as someone who's exploring digital marketing, to leverage and be knowledgeable about all the different AI platforms that are out there, and that you're capable, at least at a minimum, in using ChatGPT and creating good prompts. And when I say prompts, it's how do you talk to AI such that it gives you feedback that would be valuable for what you're doing, and it can optimize some of your messaging. So if I have a message I want to deliver, I'll sometimes say, how would Alex Hormozy optimize this message, or how would he position this, or what would he suggest for this project that I have? And when I ask that, it thinks about how would Alex Hormozy, who's one of the best marketers, salespeople, offer creators there are, it would then give you his perspective. And you might find other experts in digital marketing and ask AI, how would this person do it? How would this person do it? You're going to get a bunch of different perspectives from the experts in the industry, and then you can take those, look at those, and then suggest them to your client. So what I will say is, don't become dependent on AI, but use it as like your partner and a tool, because you need to be as good as you possibly can. But you also don't want to restrict your own thinking and development. I've seen some reports in terms of AI. If we become too reliant on it, our minds stop being able to be creative and be critical thinkers. So there's pros and cons to AI. So just be careful how much you are relying on it regularly. Let me go to the audience here. Jamel, welcome. How are you? Maybe any thoughts or questions you have so far? What's standing out for you?
Hi, good evening and good morning. Actually, I'm most of the time I'm using Canva for my let's say my YouTube shorts most of the time, and it's great help for me using Canva. And
Yeah.
for Meta or the number for item, I used it for my video also. Thank you.
Good. And so you're someone who's, how many years of experience, or how much experience do you have in the digital marketing space? It sounds like you've done some work in the area.
Not so long ago. I think it's less than 2 years because at the time I created my YouTube shorts, it's like a hobby. Every day I posted a 15 seconds shorts just for a hobby.
Very good. Well, if you ever need support or guidance, Harold is very good at YouTube Shorts and things like that. So if you need any expertise or a perspective, you can always reach out to us, and we can connect you with Harold if you're not already
Thank you.
connected. But thanks. How'd you find us? How did you find this training?
One of my colleague, my classmate, it's Ivy. He is here right now. Thank you,
Oh,
Ivy.
okay. Ivy, very good. Welcome, Ivy. You've now been recognized. What's coming up for you in the training? How are you today?
Yes, I'm good. Yeah, I find the webinar interesting, so I pull out my friend Jomel to, to also have a training, yeah, to also learn as well.
Good. And how did you find out about the training today?
Yeah, I joined a Facebook group, and then I became interested, so I just sign up and get in. Thank you so much.
Good. And are you active as a digital marketer, or you're just learning, or what's your experience level?
I'm into lead generation, and I would like to learn more about social media and stuff.
Very good. Yeah, and just so everyone knows who's here, Access Virtual Staffing, we're a newer staffing firm, but we plan to be building and growing, and we are. And so a lot of the reason for doing this is, one, we want to provide tools and resources and guidance to anyone who's looking to grow and learn. And at the same time, as we're growing as a business, we're going to have more and more opportunities. So there's ways in which you can put your information into we already have your information as contact, but we'll also provide you with the opportunity to put your resume and all your information into our search system. And we're going to be developing our own platform for that as well. So just to keep that top of mind. And if you want to get into our database, you can just reach out to Angelica and she can get you set up or get you the links to make sure that we stay in touch and that we can consider you for future positions if you are actively looking for work. So good to have you here, Ivy. Good to have you here, Jamel. Thank you guys for coming forward and speaking up. Angelica, should we move forward a little bit? All right, what can you do after today? Pick one skill. So if you are just getting introduced or thinking about digital marketing, pick one skill. Do I usually say, like, if there's a big mountain to climb, or how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, one step at a time. Pick one skill. Keep it simple so that you can learn one thing and then pick the next thing and then pick the next thing. A lot of times, figure out what you're most passionate about, what you're most interested in, and really dig into that thing and then move on to the next thing that comes up. Use our starter kit. So we have a starter kit. Angelica, do you want to talk about our starter kit?
Yeah, so I created some starter kit I sent to the comment section. There's a tutorial, then tips, the resources that you can use to start on. And yeah, it's more on guidance to start how to be a digital marketer and social media manager. So you can download
Brilliant.
that, guys.
Yeah, and start building a simple portfolio. So as you're experimenting with some of this, the content and things that you're creating, find a way to keep the records, find a way to keep some of the information so that you start to build a portfolio of the work you're doing. Ask questions, join communities like the Facebook group we created and others are creating. There's all different kinds of groups and communities and people out there, and then start offering your services or applying online. And some people out there are looking for very, very basic stuff. And so you don't need a high skill level to get started here, though you should be, if you are getting into the space, keeping ways in which you can develop your skills and talents. David, I know you're tuning in. David is someone who's actually helping us in a lot of ways on the LinkedIn platform, but has lots and lots of wisdom in the digital marketing space. David, anything you would share with someone who's just getting started in the digital marketing space and their career? Anything that comes up for you that you'd want to put into this conversation?
At this point, just because of where I'm at and where I'm at right now with your business and what I do, I would focus on making sure that you got yourself a LinkedIn profile. I would build out a LinkedIn profile, and I would get onto YouTube and study as much as I could about building out a quality profile and an about section inside your LinkedIn account, because many businesses out there are looking for people that have an understanding of how to manage and organize a LinkedIn account for CEOs and COOs, C-level people on LinkedIn. Good business to get into. Great place to start because it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you any money. You're not spending money for software. The things that I would focus on is I would focus on building out my profile, going onto YouTube, saving some channels on YouTube, and making sure that the channels that you save on YouTube, that you follow the instructions that they give you on YouTube, but at the same time, learn how to take notes properly of what you're learning on YouTube by using AI tools. As an example, download the YouTube extension that translates the YouTube that you're listening to, so that you have the ability to listen to the recording, then transcribe the full recording, and then be able to click a button inside the transcription that takes you to ChatGPT, and you can ask it questions. You can learn about what it is that you're trying to learn about, and learn how to use ChatGPT, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And that will automatically take you into things like Facebook and other inexpensive softwares that you could use. My focus would totally be on AI tools and LinkedIn for sure.
No, that's perfect. And I think I'll maybe echo a little bit of what David's saying. If you're in digital marketing or you're getting started in digital marketing, one of the best things you could do is build your own profile well. Like there's so many resources out there that can teach you how to build a great profile on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. So if you're applying for a position in this example as a LinkedIn digital marketer, I, as a business owner, will look you up on LinkedIn and want to see what kind of profile you have and how you've been using it and what kind of posts you have. And it's not hard necessarily to at least put a basic profile together and then use the tools that David's saying. Like you can go on YouTube and they'll tell you how to optimize your profile. Do the things they're telling you to do, set yours up, and then follow people who are posting and creating great content, and actually just mirror some of that with your own message. And if I were a digital marketer just getting started, I would be posting things that my ideal audience would care about. How to optimize digital marketing. Here's my approach. Here are the things that I think you should know. Creating a lot of value on your profile so that you're learning, but also adding value to others. And then if I went to your profile, I'd say, oh, Angelica, she knows her stuff. She's posting all of these tips. She seems to know what she's doing. She's got a great and beautiful profile. We're going to look to some of your work to decide, are you someone who's doing great things in the digital marketing space? David, I see your hand raised. Come on in.
So let me ask you a couple of really quick questions. If everybody would share with me right now, how many of you have already been virtual assistants for an individual or a company out there? Please let me know so that we can talk about how you can utilize working on LinkedIn and helping out to grow.
So we are wrapping up. I think that's a good question. Does everybody, maybe in the chat, if you're here, are you like put in the number of years of experience you've had as a virtual assistant and the number of years you've had as a digital marketing virtual assistant, if you want to put that in the chat. And we can, if anybody has any questions too, I wanted to open up the floor for any particular questions that people may have. Ivy says 2 years lead generation for writer and website designer. Rose, not yet worked, just completed a virtual assistant course. So Rose is new to all this, and we'll see if others put in there. Yeah, David, what do you want to share about that?
If anybody has a LinkedIn account, put your URL in the chat box as well. We also do, every once in a while, we can do a class on building out the profiles. You know, we can tell you special sites that you can go to listen on for YouTube, give you that kind of education and so forth. But the most important thing you can do is get yourself set up on LinkedIn. Not only utilize services out there that might help you find jobs like we do. You know, our goal is to help you to get situated in a position that you're super excited about being involved in, that some of your background fits really well. You know, we like to know the things that you're interested in. You know, what are your hobbies? What kind of businesses have you worked for in the past? Those things. Thank you, Rose, for your profile. Thank you, Ivy. I guess another really quick question is, does everybody know the trick on how to save the information that you're getting here on the chat so that you can stay in touch with each other? That's another really good thing to help build out your communities and so forth. You know how to save the information in the chat?
I do. It's those 3 little dots on the upper right of the chat. If you click on them, it gives you a drop down and then you can hit save chat in the chat. So if you want the information that I'm going to post my LinkedIn in the chat as well. And I'd love for you to follow, send a connection request, and we can all get connected as well. And David, maybe that would be a good next training, is creating a LinkedIn profile or optimizing a LinkedIn profile. So if you are on LinkedIn or aren't on LinkedIn, maybe our next training will be about how to optimize your profile for LinkedIn and digital marketing on LinkedIn and being someone who can be attractive to people who may come across your profile. How does that sound, David? Is that a good, would you be
Excellent.
up for that a couple of weeks from now?
Yeah, if it's okay, anybody that did put if you just do me a favor, if you don't mind me connecting to your LinkedIn account, I'll ask for a connection request. You know, everybody should know how to do a connection request, accept a connection, and so forth. If it's all right, just put a yes in the chat. And if I see a yes from you, then I'll go ahead and send you a connection request, and you can connect to my account, and let's stay in touch. The most important thing you can learn, believe me, I've been teaching Filipinos how to do this for years, since 2005. The most important thing that you can do is get yourself out there. Be on Facebook, be on Instagram, be on all the social media platforms, and be engaged with people so that people know who you are, can relate to you. It's going to be easier to create your profile and your about section in your LinkedIn account. And it's at that particular point in time, you're building a nice persona for yourself so that you can communicate really well on LinkedIn. I appreciate all the yeses. I'll make sure that I connect with you. I use the name David James on LinkedIn. It says David James Chevalier. And I don't have my LinkedIn account open, but if this stays open for a few more minutes, I'll put my link in as well. And if you feel you'd like to connect to me, go ahead and connect to me. But I will get connection requests out to everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, David. And I can't say that enough. I think there's such an opportunity wherever you're at in your career to build quality social media profiles and quality social media posting, because it differentiates you. And there's no excuse necessarily. There's no reason you can't learn some of these strategies and be building out your own profiles. Even if you're working for a client right now, over time, you may not be working for that client for the rest of your life. But if you're building your own brand, if you're building your own profiles and demonstrating that you're good at it, that adds a ton of credibility when you're talking to new people, interviewing with new people. And if you've already done it and you have connections in the US market or wherever the markets are that your potential employers are, that's a huge value add, especially if, as an example, we're looking for small business owners or CEOs and COOs. If you've already built profiles that have connections to those kinds of people, that's a huge additional resource and value that you can provide to any employer. And learning how to do that and attract followers and attract people that are of that kind of ilk is powerful. So thank you for that, David. Angelica, anything that you want to add in before we wrap up here? Is there anything I'm missing or anything you want to say about your digital marketing path and expertise?
I think that's all we already covered. But again, if we're going to focus on digital marketing and social media platforms, always ask a question during your discovery call or your interview. That is the one thing. The two questions is again the target market that they have and the specific area that they are looking for, so that if we have that information, then we can definitely do our responsibility as a digital marketer. So that's it. And thank you for attending. Can we have a picture, please, and open our cameras for our documentation?
Yeah, if everyone would put their cameras on and we'll take a quick photo. Or will you handle that, Angelica, or do you need me to, or what do we got here?
I can take a snip.
All right, give us a countdown and we'll all smile on the count of, you want me to do it? Count of three? All right,
Yeah.
everyone
Oh,
on the count of three, show your teeth if you want to. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Awesome. Good to see everybody's faces. Thank you guys for coming. If you have any questions, please reach out to Angelica or myself. David put his LinkedIn. I would highly recommend connecting with David. I think the next session will be about LinkedIn profile creation or optimization. And we'll have some fun with that. And thank you. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're going to be doing more and more of this. And as our business grows, we'd love to find talented people and connect them with our clients. So we're excited to be continuing this process. Have a beautiful day or night, and we'll talk very soon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you.